When we talk about artificial intelligence, you're probably picturing the future, right? Things like self-driving cars, super smart assistants. But today, we're going to flip that script. We're diving into how AI isn't just building tomorrow, it's literally reconstructing our past. This is all about how AI is completely reimagining ancient history.
It's so true, isn't it? For centuries, so much of our ancient past has been a total mystery. All those broken bits of pottery, scrolls that have faded to nothing, entire cities buried under jungles, they've all been keeping their secrets locked away from us.
But what if that's all changing? What if the secrets of the past are finally being unlocked with a brand new kind of key? A key that's made of silicon and code. Let's jump into this journey where AI meets archaeology.
Okay, let's dive right in with our first story. We're heading to Herculaneum, to a library that was literally burned to ashes 2,000 years ago. Yep, we're talking about reading burnt history.
So what are we even looking at here? These are the Herculaneum papyri. See, when Mount Vesuvius erupted, it didn't just bury the city. It basically cooked these ancient scrolls into these fragile, brittle lumps of charcoal. For centuries, if you even tried to unroll one, it would just shatter into dust. An entire library of knowledge, just gone. So how on earth are scientists getting around this? Well, they have this amazing AI toolkit. First, they use super high-resolution X-ray CT scans. Think of it like a medical scan, but for a scroll, creating this detailed 3D map of all its layers. Then, and this is the real magic, AI algorithms get to work, trained to spot the tiniest microscopic traces of ink. Finally, the whole thing is digitally pieced back together, virtually unrolling the scroll on a computer without anyone ever having to touch it. And this, right here, just shows you the incredible difference. On the one hand, you have what we started with, a silent, burnt lump. Useless. On the other, the recovered word. For the first time in 2,000 years, we're actually reading lost philosophy and poetry. Knowledge we thought had turned to ash is now being brought back to life. That's incredible, right? Just reading one scroll. But believe it or not, it gets even bigger than that. Let's move on because AI isn't just deciphering old texts, it's mapping entire hidden worlds. Just try to picture the most remote, unexplored parts of our planet, deep under the thick canopy of the Amazon rainforest or hidden in the jungles of Cambodia. There are entire civilizations that nature just swallowed up, completely hidden from us for centuries. So how in the world do you find a lost city without spending a lifetime just hacking through the jungle? Well, it's almost like a magic trick. First, a plane flies over and scans the whole area with something called LiDAR. Next, these incredibly powerful AI algorithms get to work, and they digitally strip away all the trees and vegetation from the map. And then, step 3, boom, just like that. Hidden pyramids, ancient roads, and whole cities are revealed in mind-blowing detail.
And just look at this chart. It really puts the scale of this into perspective. The old way could take decades, literally lifetimes, of trekking through mud and jungle. With AI and LiDAR, we're talking a few hours of data processing. Hours to reveal what generations of archaeologists might have never found. And what this means, well, it's huge. We're not just finding a few old buildings here and there. We are fundamentally rewriting our understanding of the ancient world. These discoveries are showing us a past that was way more populated, far more complex, and much more urbanized than we ever imagined.
Okay, so we've gone from a tiny scroll all the way up to massive cities. Now, let's zoom in. Let's take it from the macro to the micro, to something that's deeply personal. Let's talk about giving history a face.
I mean, we've all seen those classic marble statues of Roman emperors, right? They're always these idealized, godlike figures, carved to look powerful. But what did that person really look like? Well, on the right, that's an AI reconstruction. And get this, it isn't just an artist's best guess, it's a data-driven, hyper-realistic face.
So how is that even possible? Well, here are the building blocks. Scientists start with the real evidence. Things like DNA samples, which can give clues about hair and eye color, and then a super detailed 3D analysis of the person's skull. All of that data gets fed into these AI-powered neural networks, which then reconstruct the face layer by layer. And the result? We can now look into the eyes of a Viking warrior or a Bronze Age teenager with this unbelievable clarity. It stops being some abstract idea in a history book and becomes a real person. It's all about making history feel human again.
So you see the pattern, right?
We've gone from ancient texts to lost worlds to the actual faces of the people who lived in them. It's pretty clear. AI is giving the past a whole new future.
Really, what this all boils down to is that AI is becoming the ultimate time machine. And this isn't science fiction, it's happening right now. It is bridging that huge gap between cold, hard data, like a skull or a burnt scroll, and the rich, messy, vibrant human experience that created it in the first place.
And maybe the most exciting part of all this is the realization that the past isn't really dead. It was never truly gone. It's just been sitting there speaking a language we couldn't understand, just waiting to be decoded.
And that brings us to the future of the past. There are still so many mysteries out there, from lost tombs to languages we still can't read. So I've got to ask you, which ancient mystery do you want to see AIs solve next?